5 degrees aloft, so you took, 6 degrees aloft, which is pretty good. Okay, swing plane is the direction that you swing in. So, if you're trying to hit it down the table, right, straight, that would be 0 if you're shooting this way. That would be some degree to the left or inside out, and that would be some degree to the right. Okay? Vertical swing plane is just the angle that this club swings on. So 90, 0, 56.5, which is pretty good. You're looking to be right around the club angle, which is in the 60s, give or take a bit. Okay? Club head speed, pretty simple. Angle of attack is whether the club's moving, down, level, or up. So all negative, which is good. With your 8 iron, you're going to be probably in that 4 degrees down range. Okay, club path. This is where people kind of lose it a little bit. Club path is the direction the club is actually moving in when it hits the ball. And so when you look at it, right, club path is a combination of 2 things. Right? Your swing plane,
right here,
plus or minus your angle of attack.
So 1.4 to the right, then you hit down on it how much?
4 degrees. So
down will always equal left, okay, for you, and it moves the whole path of the club.
So what happens is, the real numbers that matter are this one: club path and face angle.
Okay?
So if you look at all of your club paths, they're pretty much all a little left.
That's right, yeah.
Okay? But if you look at this, you actually swung 1.4 degrees over the top, but because you hit down, right, it pushes it back out. So if you look at this as your swing plane, if that was 0, and this is your club kind of going down it, the only time your club actually points straight along the edge is when it's at 0. When it's going down, it's still going out. Okay, so if you wanted to hit the ball perfectly straight, this number would need to be 0, right, which is the path the club is actually traveling on when it hits the ball. And this number would need to be 0. Okay? But to get this number 0 and to hit down on it, your swing actually needs to be over the top. And it's all relative to the angle that it's swinging.
Yeah.
So
when you look at 2 to 3 to the right, 4 or 5 down,
Big.
it's going to give you pretty close to 0 path at 60 degrees.
So like your shots like this one here,
Nothing like science,
you swung 0.5 degrees inside out. So pretty straight. Like this board, is pretty straight.
Perfectly straight.
But
then you hit down on it.
Because your club was swinging down still, it still hasn't reached the bottom of that. It's actually going out this way. So it gives you a path of 3.8. Well, your club face is pretty much square. So that ball is going to have a little bit of draw, and it's going to finish just a little bit, right. There's that little playing board of the target. Little fitting board.
Oh, you guys are a couple of idiots.
Yeah, it is.
This is what it's for. That's the plane the ball is going to go up and fall that way because it's tilted. That's a straight push.
So it'd be 3.8 degrees to the left and 3.8 degrees to the left.
Ooh. Right, there's your...
That would be 3.8 degrees to the left, and your club face would actually be pointed left of that. So the ball would climb up that blue.
There you go. The ball's always at 90 degrees to this axis, whether they're tilted or not. So there's no side spin really. It's going up this, and gravity yanks it over there.
So if you were trying to hit straighter shots, you need to get your yellow line, your path,
or 0. Okay, and that's always a combination of plane and angle of attack. Right?
So to get that, you would need to swing a little outside in, hit enough down that it would actually be traveling straight.
3 degrees that way and down 5, you're going to be pretty close to that.
Get your club face
And if your face is straight, well, so is your D plane, the ball's going to go
and that's what,
there's no tilt on this.
That's why you have to shot at it. I didn't see this wrong. Because all your club paths.
Right? Can I start playing my fade shot?
Yeah, so like, step up there and try and hit a fade. Okay, so there you go, it's a
There you go.
0.7 right.
Now you've got a cut path.
So you swung 3 degrees over the top, right, or outside in. You hit 4 degrees down, so your club was actually traveling. That was the first time you had one. You have one other right path. Now, the ball went right because the club face was a little bit closed. So same path, but keep the face a little bit more open. So there's a 0.
It's a dead straight shot,
And,
basically. Face is a hair shot to the path.
So you swung 1.1 degrees outside in, hit 3 degrees down.
One
So
degree
it pushed
left.
it back, 0.8 left, face was 0.2. Anytime you can get those two in the zeros, you're going to get a pretty darn straight shot. So you hit it 1.3 yards right of the target at 173 yards, and you can see the shot, you know, a little tap in. Started off 0.1 degrees
It's still drawing.
left of the target, and then just had a tiny, tiny little draw because your club face was, so if your path was 0.8 left, the club face was
Try the ball a
0.2.
little further forward.
That was a good shot.